In the ancient city of Athens, where the wisdom of philosophers echoed through marble halls, there lived a Stoic named Calmness, renowned for his unwavering commitment to virtue and his ability to navigate life's challenges with tranquility. One day, Calmness faced a painful test when he encountered a toxic individual. The philosopher Dionysius was notorious for sowing seeds of discord and manipulating those around him. His words were venomous, causing strife and chaos wherever he went. One day, Dionysius set his sights on Calmness, seeking to undermine his teachings and tarnish his reputation within the philosophical community. Instead of succumbing to anger or resentment, Calmness turned to the teachings of Stoicism. He recognized that Dionysius's toxicity stemmed from inner struggles and insecurities. Choosing the path of empathy and understanding rather than engaging in a verbal battle, Calmness surprised everyone. In a public forum, Dionysius launched a verbal assault, criticizing Calmness's philosophy and questioning his character. Yet, Calmness remained composed, responding to the accusations calmly without retaliation. Acknowledging the pain Dionysius might be experiencing, he reframed the discussion around the broader principles of Stoicism. Words have the power to wound, but they also have the power to heal, he said, steering the conversation toward the importance of cultivating virtue and kindness. The audience, expecting a heated debate, was struck with admiration for Calmness's ability to remain true to his principles, even in the face of a venomous tongue. As days turned into weeks, Calmness continued to respond to Dionysius's provocations with kindness and wisdom. Instead of allowing malice to poison his own soul, Calmness chose to embody virtue. His actions spoke louder than words, and gradually, even Dionysius began to question the reasons behind his own negativity. In the end, Calmness's triumph was not merely personal, but became a philosophical lesson in action. He demonstrated that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in mastering oneself. His response to toxicity showcased the transformative power of Stoicism, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of those who witnessed his resilience. Thus, Calmness's story became a timeless testament to Stoic philosophy, reminding us that even in the face of poison, one can choose the path of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. We've all encountered people like those in this story, individuals who drain our energy and test our patience. This video is about equipping ourselves with powerful strategies, inspired by the timeless wisdom of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, to deal with toxic people without compromising our well-being. Their teachings can guide us in navigating toxic individuals with composure. If you're curious about how to set boundaries without losing your cool or wondering whether it's right to distance yourself from toxic relationships, you're in the right place. This video will be highly informative and helpful, so make sure to watch until the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss these Stoic techniques. Let's dive in. Toxic people often distort the truth, manipulate facts, and fabricate lies. They can make us doubt ourselves, blame us for their problems, or pressure us to believe their version of reality. To counter this, we must ground ourselves in what we know to be true. We need to trust our instincts, evidence, and values. Just say to them, "Hold on, I see who you are and what you stand for. I won't let you drag me down." Let them go and face the consequences of their actions. Developing a discerning mind is crucial. Investigate the evidence, trust your instincts, and be diligent in seeking the truth. Documenting events and keeping a record of facts can serve as a valuable reference point, empowering you to counter deceptive narratives. By focusing on tangible evidence, you create a shield against the erosive effects of lies. Recognizing that toxic individuals often thrive on creating doubt and confusion is key. By staying grounded in facts and maintaining a clear understanding of reality, you reclaim control over your narrative. Don't let their manipulations infiltrate your self-perception. Remember, their distorted version of reality is not a reflection of your worth or abilities, but a projection of their own issues. When facing the challenges posed by manipulative individuals, let your unwavering commitment to truth guide you, allowing you to navigate the complexities of relationships with clarity and strength. Toxic people often engage in negative behaviors like gossiping, complaining, criticizing, or belittling others. They may try to pull us into their drama, provoke arguments, or destroy the things we value. We shouldn't stoop to their level, try to change them, or convince them. Instead, we should ignore them, walk away, or set boundaries. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Recognize that engaging with toxic individuals on their terms only perpetuates the cycle of negativity. It may feel tempting or noble to try to persuade or change deeply ingrained behavior patterns, but it's often a futile effort. Instead, our focus should be on preserving our integrity and refusing to be drawn into their toxic orbit. Resisting the urge to engage requires conscious willpower to rise above the fray. Our well-being doesn't depend on their approval or cooperation. By avoiding gossip, complaints, or arguments, we preserve our peace and protect our emotional energy from being drained by their negativity. Setting boundaries becomes a fundamental act of self-protection. Clearly defining what is acceptable and unacceptable shields us from the harmful effects of toxic behavior. Saying no without guilt and with resolve is not a selfish act, but a necessary one. Boundaries serve as a shield, ensuring our integrity remains intact. Walking away is a powerful choice. It reflects strength, not weakness. It's not a defeat, but a refusal to engage in destructive dynamics. Whether it's physically removing ourselves or emotionally detaching from their provocations, walking away asserts our autonomy and underscores our commitment to a healthier, more positive existence. Toxic people often trigger strong emotions like anger, frustration, sadness, or fear. They may push our buttons, hurt our feelings, or threaten our values. To cope, we must understand what we feel and why. We shouldn't suppress or deny our emotions or act impulsively. Instead, we should acknowledge them, examine them, and learn from them. As Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Accepting our emotions is not a sign of weakness, but evidence of emotional intelligence. Toxic individuals often exploit vulnerabilities, intentionally or not, to provoke reactions. By understanding what we feel and why, we gain insight into the inner workings of our emotional landscape. Take time to examine the root causes of your emotions. Is it a specific action or word from the toxic individual, or does it touch on deeper internal issues? This introspection helps distinguish between external triggers and internal narratives that contribute to the intensity of your emotional response. While understanding emotions is crucial, acting impulsively is equally important to avoid. The heat of the moment may urge us to lash out or retaliate, but such reactions often fuel toxicity rather than resolve it. Seneca's advice to delay provides a valuable buffer, allowing for a more measured and thoughtful response. Sometimes toxic individuals may be unaware of how their behavior affects us or may have valid reasons for their actions. In such cases, speaking with them calmly and respectfully to express our concerns can be helpful. We shouldn't blame, judge, or attack them. Instead, use I statements like "I feel," "I need," or "I appreciate." We should also listen to their side of the story and try to understand their perspective. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." The balance between listening and speaking is critical, emphasizing the importance of understanding the other person's perspective. Approach such conversations with a calm demeanor and a genuine intent to foster understanding. By expressing yourself in terms of your own experiences, you avoid blame and create space for dialogue. For example, saying, "I feel hurt when this happens," or "I need clarity on this matter," invites constructive conversation rather than triggering defensiveness. However, not all toxic individuals respond positively to such conversations. Some may resist change or lack the capacity for self-reflection. In such cases, your efforts to communicate serve as a testament to your commitment to healthy relationships. You may need to reassess the level of engagement with these individuals and consider setting stronger boundaries for your well-being. Toxic people often demand our attention, time, and energy. We shouldn't sacrifice our happiness, health, or values for their well-being. We mustn't let them guilt trip, pressure, or manipulate us. We should say no when necessary, and prioritize ourselves. As Seneca noted, no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. In the complex dance of dealing with toxic individuals, prioritizing our needs emerges as a cornerstone of self-preservation. Protecting our time, attention, and energy becomes a paramount act of self-care. Setting clear boundaries is essential to prevent exploitation or manipulation. Toxic individuals may encroach on our personal space and demand more than we're willing to give. Recognizing and asserting our boundaries is not selfishness, but a claim to our right to a balanced and fulfilling life. The power of saying no should not be underestimated. It's a potent tool for maintaining autonomy and safeguarding our mental and emotional health. Embracing the ability to refuse is an affirmation of our self-worth and the validity of our needs. In relationships with toxic individuals, protecting our values is paramount. Resist the temptation to compromise your principles or sacrifice your integrity for the sake of maintaining a connection. Upholding your values not only preserves your moral compass, but also reinforces your commitment to a life of purpose and authenticity. Toxic individuals often have deep-rooted issues like insecurity, trauma, or mental illness. They may act out of pain, fear, or ignorance. To cope, we should accept them as they are without trying to fix or change them. We shouldn't take responsibility for their problems or expect them to change for us. Their journey to self-improvement is their own. As Epictetus reminds us, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Attempting to fix or change toxic individuals is often a futile effort. Their behaviors may stem from deep-seated issues that require professional intervention or personal commitment to growth. Expecting them to change for our sake can lead to frustration and disappointment. Accepting that their journey is their own responsibility frees us from the burden of unrealistic expectations. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but rather acknowledging that our focus should primarily be on our own thoughts, actions, and responses. Setting healthy boundaries and maintaining a sense of autonomy are key. This might involve limiting time spent with them, seeking support from others, or engaging in self-care practices to recharge emotionally. By choosing our responses wisely, we navigate these relationships with greater resilience and clarity. If toxic individuals pose a serious threat to our safety or mental health, we may need to distance ourselves or cut them out of our lives entirely. We shouldn't feel guilty, ashamed, or weak for doing so. We mustn't allow them to manipulate, harass, or stalk us. We must protect ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Recognizing when a relationship has become irreparably toxic is an act of self-preservation. Walking away is not an admission of defeat, but a courageous step to reclaim control over your narrative. It's critical to resist feelings of guilt, shame, or self-doubt. Marcus Aurelius's teachings emphasize the importance of an internal locus of control. While external events may be beyond our influence, we have the power to choose our reactions and actions. Walking away is a choice rooted in self-respect and a commitment to mental and emotional well-being. Set firm boundaries to protect yourself from manipulation, harassment, or stalking. Seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals who can offer guidance and understanding during this challenging time. The strength to walk away comes not only from within, but also from the support network we cultivate. Walking away is an act of courage that opens the door to a future free from the toxic influences that once held sway. It's an opportunity to rebuild, heal, and redirect our energy toward relationships and environments that foster growth and happiness. Toxic people often negatively impact our mood, attitude, and perspective. They can make us feel unhappy, stressed, or pessimistic. To counteract this, we must remain neutral and prevent their influence from affecting our thoughts, emotions, or actions. We should focus on the positive aspects of our lives. As Epictetus said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." Detaching from the negativity of toxic individuals involves cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness. When faced with their attempts to drag you into a pessimistic mindset, consciously shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Redirecting your attention reclaims control over your mental and emotional state, refusing to let their toxicity define your inner landscape. One powerful strategy is practicing gratitude. Reflecting on the positive elements of your life, whether relationships, achievements, or moments of joy, fortifies you against their corrosive influence and creates a shield that promotes resilience and well-being. In moments of interaction with toxic individuals, maintain a calm and composed demeanor. Responding with emotional neutrality denies them the satisfaction of seeing you distressed and reinforces your sense of control over your reactions. Recognize that the toxicity projected by others often stems from their unresolved issues. By staying neutral, you not only protect yourself, but also foster a compassionate understanding of their struggles. This perspective doesn't excuse their actions, but allows you to approach the situation with empathy and resilience. Toxic individuals are often unhappy, miserable, or suffering. Instead of hating or resenting them, we should try to see them as human beings with their own struggles, flaws, and virtues. We should try to understand, forgive, and wish them well. Ask yourself, what flaw of mine most resembles the one I'm about to criticize in this person? By choosing compassion over resentment, we break free from the cycle of negativity that toxic behavior can perpetuate. Acknowledging that toxic individuals may be grappling with internal battles allows us to extend understanding rather than condemnation. This doesn't mean excusing their harmful actions, but recognizing the complexity of the human experience. Their behavior may stem from pain or unresolved issues, and shifting from hostility to empathy fosters a connection to our shared humanity. Forgiveness, though challenging, is a powerful tool for self-empowerment. It releases the control their actions might have over our emotional well-being and opens the door to personal healing. Wishing them well, despite the difficulties they cause, reflects our commitment to inner peace. This compassionate approach not only benefits our mental and emotional health, but also sends positive energy into the universe. Toxic individuals often challenge our character, integrity, and morals. They may test our patience, kindness, and wisdom. To cope, we must remain virtuous and steadfast in our principles and values. We shouldn't compromise our standards or lower ourselves to their level. We should strive to be the best version of ourselves and live a good life. As Seneca said, "What matters is not how long you live, but how nobly you live." Remaining virtuous anchors us to our principles, values, and ideals. Toxic individuals may shake our foundation, but standing firm and refusing to compromise our core principles is essential. In moments of adversity, our virtues become a beacon, guiding us through the storm and reaffirming our commitment to a well-lived life. Patience is a virtue particularly tested by toxic behavior. Choosing patience in the face of provocation or manipulation allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It's a manifestation of inner strength and resilience. Maintaining composure is a testament to our moral fortitude. Kindness, though seemingly vulnerable in the face of toxicity, is a profound act of strength. Choosing kindness doesn't signify weakness, but reflects a deliberate choice to rise above negativity and embody the principles we hold dear. It's an investment in creating positive ripples in the world, regardless of the challenges we face. Wisdom involves discernment and strategic choices when navigating the complexities of relationships with toxic individuals. It's the ability to know when to set boundaries, when to disengage, and when to extend understanding. Wisdom guides our actions, ensuring our responses align with the broader goal of living a good and meaningful life. Striving to be the best version of ourselves is not an easy path, especially in moments when toxicity shines brightest. Yet, it's precisely in these challenging moments that every interaction becomes an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to a noble and virtuous existence, overcoming the challenges posed by toxic individuals. We've reached the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful and interesting. I hope you've learned something new and valuable. I hope you'll apply these techniques in your life. Remember, toxic people are not your enemies, but your teachers. They're not there to harm you, but to challenge you. They're not there to cause you pain but to strengthen you. They're not there to ruin your life but to enrich it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm truly grateful for your time and attention. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and experiences on this topic. How do you deal with toxic people in your life? Which Stoic techniques do you use or want to try? Do you have any questions or requests for future videos? Let me know in the comments section. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified about new videos. I upload new content every week on various topics related to Stoicism and how it can help you live a better, more meaningful and happier life. Thank you again for being here. I hope to see you soon. Until then, stay strong, stay happy, and take care. Goodbye for now.